Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. So, listen, you guys, all of these men that we are seeing on these reality shows in South Africa, I just feel like what a representation of a South African man. Because, yeah, guys, it's becoming a norm now to see a man that is not necessarily there for their own kids. On every show, you find out that a man has kids that are grown but never did what they were supposed to do for their kids to be able to take on their surname. But at the same time, they want to claim the kids. But then they wait until these kids are grown. Then when the kids are grown, they start talking about wanting to pay inhlawulo. Like, if I'm in my 30s, in my late 20s, you, I don't know, you guys. I feel like your kids need you more when they are younger. And if the thing of using the correct surname is that important, then it should be fixed when your child is younger so that they have a good foundation, if that's the point of wanting the kids to change the surname. So now these men don't pay inhlawulo. They wait for the kids to grow, and then when the kids are grown up, now they start talking about wanting to do inhlawulo. And I'm like, what is the point? It does not look like ukhona ohlawuliwe kaXaba. So Xaba is talking about how he now wants to do the right thing. And when he went to speak to T's mom, she did ask, why now? I do feel like it's because of the cameras, guys, because I feel like why would you not do it for such a long time? And also, when you are doing it, why would you start with one of the youngest siblings? Because Uti is one of the younger siblings, but he is going to start doing it with T. But he has many other children before Uti, and Uti is now married. T does not even need to be using the Xaba surname because T is now married. So a lot is just not making sense with Uxaba. Now, you guys, with what's going on with the show right now, they have decided to extend the show with 5 more episodes. It looks like the show has done really, really well. When we are talking about the Mselegos being the royalty of reality TV, they really are, because they have done really well with this show. Now, you guys, another thing with Vijay is that I do feel like he shows favoritism when it comes to the kids. For some reason, he favors Uti a lot. I don't know if it's because maybe she was involved in coming up with the concept for the show. I don't know, you guys, but I just feel like with Xaba, the only person that I feel like he treats like it's one of his children, it's T. First, T was the one that he said was supposed to, well, him and his wife decided that T was the one that was going to name their child, the youngest child, Swazi's child. That happened, that whole Smolanyana ceremony happened, and she named the child. I thought it was beautiful. But then after that, he goes and speaks to his mom because he wants to fix the whole thing of inhlawulo. I don't understand it. I feel like it's even more significant for the boys, because the boys, even if they get married, but they still maintain the surname. So what would make more sense for me is if he starts from the oldest child and pays inhlawulo up until the youngest. To just start with T is not the youngest, but if you have to separate them in terms of age, she is one of the younger siblings. There are many others. It just doesn't make any sense, you guys. I just feel like for some reason there is that favoritism when it comes to T, okay? But yeah, when he goes to speak to T's mom, They agree that they're going to do the whole thing of Intlawulo, and I guess she is pleasantly surprised that he wants to do it. Okay, that part doesn't make sense. But there's another part that doesn't make sense. Uxaba has been showing that he does not really like his boys, especially Undu. He criticizes them a lot. He seems to be irritated most of the time when he is with them. These are the sons that want to be around him. They want to spend time with their dad, and he doesn't seem to like that. It's almost like you can see he prefers to be around the girls. Now he goes to meet the son that he has not acknowledged his whole life. He has another grown son, Umafa, that he hasn't acknowledged. The kids knew about this brother. His brother, as in Vijay's brother, knew about the boy, but he has never acknowledged him. So he finally decides to go and meet this boy. I'm like, why would you have a child out there? You know about him, you know he's yours, but you don't do anything to make an effort to be there in his life, or at least just acknowledge him so that he can be on this side of the family, and then he can get to know his siblings. So I don't know, you guys, but I do feel like it will hurt Ndu's feelings that my dad is basically rejecting me and I'm here, but he's going to go and look for the son that he hasn't acknowledged his whole life. I know these are two different cases, but I was like, why would you be even trying to be the best daddy over there when here you are not even trying to fix things here with Ndu? I don't know, you guys. That part didn't make sense. And I was shocked that when they met with my father's son that he hasn't acknowledged, he hasn't spent time with, and I doubt that he did take care of him financially, that the son did not have, because I would have a lot of questions for my father that was never there for me, that never acknowledged me. I would have a lot of questions if one day he just came and he wanted to meet me and all of a sudden he wanted to do things right and pay Ntlawulo and all of that. I would have a lot of questions. So I was shocked that he didn't have much to say, really, you know. But Vijay's life does not make sense, especially his parenting life. Anyways, you guys, the kids have decided that they want to take a trip, and as siblings, they are going away. And I was hoping that the trip was going to take place where the Marfa situation had been fixed so that we can see also Marfa coming and interacting with the other kids. Anyways, you guys, I do feel like because there are so many siblings, it's very hard for them to get everybody together. There's always going to be a sibling that is not there. So even on a trip, I haven't seen who is there, like all of them, but it does not look like everybody was able to make it. Okay. Now another thing that happened is that Uswazi decided that she wanted to have a meeting with Sihle, Nontle, T, and Ndu to try and see what's happening with the relationships in the family so that they can fix things. And apparently there is a meeting that took place that we never saw, which was a meeting between the family, and they were trying to sort things. I don't know why production decided not to show us that scene, because now they are showing it to us as one of the episodes in the extension of the season. Now, they had sat down and spoke, and Sihle and Swazi spoke. Remember, they have a difference because Sihle had given her father the phone number of the ex-girlfriend, Kababwaki, and Uswazi is mad at Sihle for that. I don't know why she's not mad at Vijay, because Vijay is the one that was actually calling the girlfriend, but she's more mad at Sihle because Sihle is the one that gave the father the phone number. So they had spoken about that, apologized to each other, and then they said that after they had went their separate ways, the church member, the one that keeps getting mentioned as being the one that is, owing the family, okay? that church member had a conversation with Swazi, and after a conversation with Swazi, he went and told Usihle that Swazi was pretending, and that Swazi had said that this whole thing that they had done, them saying that they had forgiven each other, was all an act for the cameras. To be honest with you guys, I haven't met the church member that they're talking about, and it does sound like he's a messy person. He's very messy. Okay, because anybody that gets between families, even if you were with Swazi and Swazi said one thing, and then you are with Sihle and Sihle is saying another, if you know these people are family, I would just stay out of it. I would just listen to Swazi and then listen to Sihle. The fact that this person is making an effort to make sure that he goes this side and listens and then takes whatever he gets from this side and and then tell the other family member, obviously that is very, very messy of this church member. However, there are things that in those messages, when I was reading the messages where they say it was an exchange between Sihle and the church member, there are things that I believe. One, Swazi doesn't deny that she had a conversation with a church member. She does not deny it. Okay. So it felt like, okay, there is some truth to what the church member said. Also, in the messages, she was telling Sihle that Sihle needs to be careful with T, because T tells Swazi everything. So she must be careful what she says around T. And I feel like, you guys, that there is some truth to that. I do feel like Uthi unobuxoki. I don't feel like it's intentional, but I feel like there is ubuxokanyana nobukhona. I feel like it feels like if she had to choose between her sister and Uswazi, she would probably choose Uswazi. So that is a person that probably it wouldn't be safe to vent to, in terms of like Usihle, if she needed to vent about Uswazi, that T is not the person, because I do feel like that part of the messages, I do believe that there must be some truth to it, that Uti tells Uswazi everything, so Usihle needed to be careful about it. Now, I do feel like the family just needs to stay away from this church member, whether what the church member said, Swazi said, was true or not. But I feel like that's a person to stay away from if they have an intention to fix the relationships. So now they had to have this meeting to talk about that yet again. We all know from the first episode, Sihle did try to explain the fact that the phone number, her dad was the one that asked for a phone number. But when Uswazi was fighting her, her dad didn't come out to say, Aibo, it's me who actually asked Sihle for a phone number. It was like Sihle was just trying to hook up her dad with an ex. And Sihle said, even dad knew I didn't have the number. He asked me to get it from someone else because he did not want Swazi to see that he was the one that was seeking the number. Okay, so I feel like there is hope in them building their relationships if they are genuine in these sit downs that they're having, because it could just be for TV. Also, I feel like Uswazi asked to meet the kids after she found out that the kids had met with Gule. Onkulu. Now, I feel like there is a competition there. She is feeling like, I feel like she enjoyed the fact that she wasn't getting along. She wasn't necessarily getting along with all of Vijay's kids, but also Nkulu was not getting along with them. Her relationship with the kids was even worse than Swazi's relationship with the kids. So once she found out that Nkulu had a meeting with T, Nonhle, and Sihle, I feel like there was some jealousy there that Nkulu might possibly fix her relationship with the kids, and she would be on the out when it comes to that. And I feel like part of it is that I feel like part of it was motivated by the fact that Nkulu had done that and Swazi wanted to do the same. So I don't know, guys. I question Swazi's how genuine she is in this whole situation, but we're going to have to watch and see if efforts are put in building these relationships. Okay. Now, With Ndu, you guys, I did feel like they are all very insensitive about Ndu and his feelings, and when he's trying to be vulnerable, they make a joke of it. And at some point, he was trying to tell them and say, guys, I really was going through a lot after the accident. And I was going through depression. And Baba will have a problem with the fact that I'm not at home during the day, but I felt like I can't be at home. It felt like I need to keep on moving. And I feel like, you guys, if somebody tells you that, listen, I was depressed, that's something that to be taken seriously. And I feel like T and Nontle were making a joke of it. Even Nontle made a comment to say she does feel like sometimes Do uses that to run away from taking accountability. I feel like on this show they are very determined to make Undu the villain, and but I feel like his complaints are genuine. His complaints about how his father treats him, his complaints about what happened when he had an accident and he was going through mental health issues, and nobody was acknowledging it. That's very genuine. He also said that his other biggest complaint is that his two brothers that passed away were buried at their mother's families. So he feels like because Ubabwabo didn't do what he needed to do for them to officially adopt the Xabase name, the same will happen to him. If something happened to him, he would be buried at his mother's family. So he feels like his dad needs to make a decision. Does he want them around? If he does, he needs to do the right thing so that they can officially become the Xabas, or just let them go so that they can go back. By komalume, utufuna ukwakha komalume. It was the first time he talked about the fact that he's working, because I thought Ndu didn't have a job. Okay, he said that he's working and he is thinking ukuthi ayokwakha komalume, because obviously if he will be buried there, if something happened to him, then he needs to take care of that home. But what is frustrating is that his dad wants them to be acknowledged as the Xabas, but he's not doing what he needs to do to make sure that that is officially attended to. Uswazi apologized for herself and for VJ and said that when it comes to Ndu and what Ndu was going through when he had an accident, that they might not have paid attention to the fact that he was going through it in terms of like mentally. And honestly, you guys, I feel like Ndu was good-hearted enough, because immediately when Swazi said, I'm sorry, Ndu was like, then it's over. Like, then we can just move on with our lives. So listen, you guys, as much as Undu might have his own imperfections, I do feel like I am obviously seeing how production is pushing for him to be in these scenes where he is seen as a villain. And I feel like next week they're going to succeed, because one thing they're going to do is give them alcohol. And after they give them alcohol, they make them have conversations. And obviously those conversations will not go well, because obviously they will be under the influence of alcohol. So yeah, you guys, listen, I just feel bad for Ndu. I think the other boys is because we haven't seen them so much on scenes, but obviously even them, they have the same kind of complaint when it comes to their father. He doesn't call, or if they call, maybe we'll say we'll get back to you, but he doesn't. They don't know if he wants them around or not. All of them have the same kind of complaint. So listen, you guys, I don't know why when it comes to like showing the storylines, they are so focused on Chi, Sihle, Nontle, and Du, that they are not showing the other sisters. But the scenes that we have seen from the other sisters or the other siblings are more interesting. So I feel like they need to shoot more scenes of those. I'm just tired of seeing T on every scene. I like her, but I'm tired of seeing her on every scene. Like I feel like this is a big family, and there's so much more that they could give us if they could just show us more of the personalities of the other family members. Okay. Anyways, you guys, the siblings have come together. They're going on a trip, so they are meeting somewhere. They prayed and they're about to go. It did not look like all of them are there, but next week we'll know for sure who is part of the trip. So I'm looking forward to that, you guys. But as for VJ trying to paint Laulo, I'm like, imagine having to paint Laulo for what, 23 kids? Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Like the video before, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Give it tanda.